Hi, welcome to our Pharma Topics channel. Welcome to the 16th series of B.Pharm 5th semester pharmacology. Today we are going to see about the unit 4 endocrinology. The series 16 deals with the anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary hormones. Let us see the basics of endocrine hormones. First, what are endocrine hormones? The endocrine hormones are the signaling molecules produced by endocrine glands which coordinate and integrate various cellular activities to maintain homeostasis. The list of endocrine hormones with the corresponding glands. Hypothalamus releases gonadotropin releasing hormone, growth hormone regulating hormone, somatostatin, thyrotropin releasing hormone, and corticotropin releasing hormone. Anterior lobe of pituitary gland secretes growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and prolactin. Posterior lobe of pituitary gland secretes oxytocin and vasopressin. Thyroid glands they secrete the T3, that is triiodothyronine, tetraiodothyronine, that is thyroxine, and calcitonin. Parathyroid glands secrete parathyroid hormone. Pancreas secretes insulin glucagon. Testis secretes androgens. Ovaries they secrete estrogen and progesterone. Let us see the growth hormone first. A short note on growth hormone. The growth hormone preparations are somatropin and somapacitan. The mechanism, it binds to tyrosine kinase receptors and controls the growth of almost all the organs except brain and eye. Pharmacological actions. The growth hormone stimulates lipolysis and antagonizes insulin to elevate blood glucose. The effects of growth hormone are mediated by somatomendins, which are insulin-like growth factors. They are IGF-1 and IGF-2. IGF-1 and IGF-2 stimulates skeletal growth, amino acid transport, protein synthesis, nucleic acid synthesis, and cell division in all the cells. It is administered as subcutaneous injection, and fundoscopic examination of children is recommended at the start of the therapy and at periodic intervals thereafter. Let us see the therapeutic uses. It is used to treat children with various forms of growth deficiency such as idiopathic growth hormone deficiency, Turner syndrome, chronic renal failure, and Prader-Willi syndrome and cystic fibrosis. It is also used in treatment of pituitary dwarfism. It is used in AIDS-related wasting. It is used in patients having short bowel syndrome and those who are dependent on total parenteral nutrition. Adverse effects: intracranial hypertension, papilledema, visual changes, headache, and vomiting. Since it causes visual changes, the children should be regularly followed up for the visual defects. Let us have a short note on sermorelin. It's a recombinant growth hormone regulating hormone used for the treatment of pituitary dwarfism. Mecasmerin. It's a recombinant insulin growth factor IGF-1, which is used in treatment of growth failure due to deficiency of IGF-1, and in cases where there is the patients are unresponsive to growth hormone. The next question is write a short note on octreotide. It is a somatostatin analog which inhibits the secretion of growth hormone. It also inhibits the thyroid stimulating hormone secretion. It is administered subcutaneously. It is used in treatment of acromegaly, carcinoid syndrome, bleeding due to esophageal varices, and thyroid stimulating hormone secreting adenoma. Adverse effects are nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramps, and steatorrhea. Steatorrhea is elimination of lipids or fats in the feces. Next is gonadotropins. Gonadotropins are follicle stimulating hormone FSH and luteinizing hormone LH. Preparations are FSH preparations, polytropin alpha, polytropin beta, and uropolytropin. Luteinizing hormone preparations are lutropin alpha. Mentropin is a combination of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. There's one more gonadotropin called human chorionic gonadotropin. Mechanism: FSH stimulates the follicular growth, development of ovum, and secretion of estrogens in the females. In male, it supports spermatogenesis. LH causes maturation of a Graafian follicle, production of progesterone, and maintains the corpus luteum throughout the menstrual cycle in the females. In male, it stimulates testosterone production. Therapeutic uses: in females, it is used in treatment of amenorrhea and infertility, useful in vitro fertilization, and treatment of male hypogonadotropic hypogonadism. Adverse effects: ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, multiple pregnancy, and precocious puberty. The next question is related to gonadotropin releasing hormone agonists. They are relins, buserelin, goserelin, nafarelin, luprolide, and triptorelin. The mechanism: these drugs stimulate the gonadotropin secretion, that is FSH and LH secretion, when given in a pulsatile manner. Pulsatile means as and when required, and inhibit the release when given as a continuous therapy. These drugs are administered subcutaneously. Nafarelin is available for nasal route. Goserelin is available as an implant. Therapeutic uses: pulsatile therapy with the GnRH analogs are used in treatment of anovulatory infertility, hypogonadotropic hypogonadism, delayed puberty, and cryptorchidism. Then continuous therapy with GnRH analogs are the drug of choice for precocious puberty, endometriosis, prostatic carcinoma, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and uterine fibroids. Adverse effects: stimulation of gonadotropin release at the start of the therapy, called flare-up reaction, may occur. Gonadotropin releasing hormone antagonists. So these are relics: sertorelix, ganirelix, abarelix, relugolix. These drugs are administered subcutaneously. These drugs do not cause initial flare-up reactions as the GnRH analogs. They are used for the treatment of uterine fibroids, endometriosis, and controlled ovarian stimulation in vitro fertilization. Adverse effects: hot flushes, loss of libido, and osteoporosis. Then prolactin. It is secreted by the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. Pharmacological actions of prolactin: it stimulates the growth of mammary gland during pregnancy, induces milk secretion after delivery. It inhibits hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. Excess prolactin causes inhibition of ovulation and infertility. It is also called as a natural contraceptive. Drugs related to prolactin are bromocriptine. It is a dopamine agonist used in treatment of hyperprolactinemia. It is also used in treatment of acromegaly, Parkinsonism, and is also approved for the treatment of type 2 diabetes mellitus. The adverse effects of bromocriptine are nausea, vomiting, postural hypotension, and CNS adverse effects. Cabergoline is a ergot derivative dopamine agonist, well tolerated than bromocriptine. The next drug is vasopressin. Vasopressin is secreted by the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. It is also called arginine vasopressin, AVP. Pharmacological actions: it has two important actions, antidiuretic and vasopressor effects. The receptors of vasopressin are V1 receptors present in the blood vessels causing vasoconstriction. V2 receptors are present in the renal tract. It increases water reabsorption through the insertion of aquaporine channels in the renal tubules of the collecting duct. The drugs related to vasopressin: terlipressin, felipressin is an agonist of V1 and V2. It is used to stop bleeding in the esophageal varices. But octreotide is more preferred because these drugs may cause hypertension. Desmopressin is a V2 agonist. Is the drug of choice for central diabetes insipidus. The drug of choice for nephrogenic diabetes insipidus is thiazide diuretics. Desmopressin is also useful in nocturnal enuresis, and it is also used to check bleeding in the patients with hemophilia and von Willebrand disease. Tolvaptan is a V1A and V2 antagonist used to treat hyponatremia due to congestive heart failure, cirrhosis of liver, or syndrome of inappropriate antidiuretic hormone secretion, which occurs in some of the cancers. Let us see the drugs used in treatment of acromegaly. Somatostatin analogs, octreotide and lanreotide. Lanreotide is long-acting. There's a letter L. You remember it is long-acting. Growth hormone receptor antagonist, pegvisomant. Peg is pegylated. VA, it causes visual defects. Somatotropin antagonist. In such a way, you can remember pegvisomant. And dopamine antagonist, dopamine agonist, cabergoline. These are the drugs which are used for the treatment of acromegaly. So it's a very short, easily you can remember the points related to the anterior pituitary hormones and posterior pituitary hormones. I hope it will be useful for your exam preparation. Thank you for listening. Happy learning. Kindly share this to more of your friends. Kindly subscribe to our Pharma Topics channel for further updates. The previous series I will be giving in the description box. Kindly go through it, make use of it. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, kindly press the like button.